I'm sure a lot of you have been noticing the Salvation Army's red kettles popping up in your neighborhood last few weeks. That holiday tradition, everybody, is actually over 100 years old. That's been going on for a long time. But that's not the only time that the Salvation Army is doing the most good. They assist, listen to this, about 25 million Americans a year while building local programs that fit the needs of each community. And that's exactly what they're doing for the folks of Northern California. Take a look. The greatest hope for humanity are organizations like the Salvation Army, who create a space for everyone to feel valued, regardless of their differences.
My name is Lieutenant Roger McCourt, and I am an officer of the Salvation Army in Napa, California.
My name is Lieutenant Bridget McCourt. I'm also an officer with the Salvation Army.
The mission of the Salvation Army is to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ by meeting human needs in His name without discrimination. It's a place where people who have nowhere to go can come in freely.
What the Salvation Army means to me is taking an idea that's more than 150 years old and reinventing it in each community so that it meets the needs there. In Napa, California, that is a culinary school. We have one of the best chefs in Napa to teach people how to cook, and many of our partner restaurants are willing to give them a chance because Chef Paul is willing to say they're worth the opportunity, they're worth the chance.
The Salvation Army Napa Culinary Training Program has been a huge success, welcoming individuals who are struggling and giving them a second chance at a fresh start.
We have about 125 people today. We're gonna do a turkey and rice soup.
Yes,
all right.
sounds good.
Okay, thanks. Most of our candidates have some type of addiction, some type of life situation that put them in a position where they need a second chance. The overall goal of the Training Academy is to not just give them a handout, but show them how to get back in the workforce, be sustainable, and start providing for themselves.
Before I started the culinary program, I was on the streets. I was in a deep, lonely addiction.
My life wasn't going in the right direction. I was miserable and I had no hope.
It's giving me my life back.
So with the money raised in the community, these extraordinary people are able to give back in the same way the Salvation Army gave to them. And the cycle of giving continues.
Seeing this program from the ground up is super rewarding.
They're really making a difference.
It's an opportunity for people who might not have one otherwise.
There is hope for the hopeless.
Hey, everybody, here to tell us more about the fight for good is Chef Paul, everybody.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the show.
Thank you.
Listen, how did you get involved with Salvation Army?
So a very, very good friend of mine wanted me to consult on a project that he wanted to start in Napa. So I said, sure, I can do that. So I started consulting and giving them some tips on what a commercial kitchen would look like, what a program would look like. Through that, I found that it was going to be a little bit too involved. They said, well, can you just give us a little bit more of your time? And I did say no at first. That my wife knew from the get-go I was supposed to be doing this. And she prays a lot, so you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she prays. So she did, and through that, I became immersed in this program. And to this day, it is absolutely what I'm supposed to be doing.
Really?
So that's how I got involved.
So a lot of people don't know the massive reach that this organization has, actually. What else does the organization provide, and what's unique about the approach?
I think the uniqueness is community. So if you donate to a Salvation Army in your zip code, those funds and monies stay in that zip code to further the programs that are in your community.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely, 100%.
I did not know that.
So with that being said, alcohol and drug rehab centers, after-school programs for kids, feeding programs, holiday assistance, utilities, social services, but they cater it to the community that they're in. So they build it for that community's need.
Wow. So how can anybody or everybody support the Salvation Army this holiday season?
Well, this part of the season is the Red Kettle campaign. So this season is when the Red Kettles come out. So if you're walking by one, you know, $1. If everybody gave $1, right?
So when people put money in these red kettles, you're saying that the money, whatever you put it in at, whatever that zip code is, that money stays in that zip code for the Salvation Army. And it really does good for a lot of people.
Yes. Yes, it does.
So, you know, folks, let's do this, man. This season, because you're gonna see these red kettles somewhere. They're outside of Walmarts and grocery stores. When you walk past it, just drop something in. It don't hurt. You can afford something. If you're walking in the store, you're probably doing something that the average person that needs the Salvation Army can't do. They probably can't walk in a store. Paul, thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Great job.
Thank you.
Hey, folks, to learn more about all the work that the Salvation Army does around the world and how you can help, head to SalvationArmyUSA.org. Keep it here, folks. We'll be right back. Hey, you made it to the end of this video. I got a lot more that you're going to enjoy, so just click to watch the next one. And make sure you subscribe to always know what's happening.